Wednesday night, no strings attached. It's the podcast, man. Let's go. We going up tonight, man. Let's have a good time, as we always do on a Wednesday, man. Cause I got a really big team. They got some real big rings. Yeah, I got.
Fucked up already.
You better be coming with no strings.
You did.
Yeah.
Better be coming with no strings. It's my ish, right? I gotta talk to Drake, get the paperwork right, so we can get that as our theme. Let's go, man. We got the crew in here tonight, man. The All Stars is back in the building. We know it's some foolishness when these two get together on the same screen at the same mother effing time. LJ, birthday girl Naomi, still celebrating all week long. What's good, y'all?
It's your birthday.
Happy No Strings Day, live from motherfucking Houston, Texas. Sorry.
This is so good.
Sorry for the cussing already.
Already.
But
Jesus.
y'all, let's have a great show.
Let's go. Let's go. Is that the Bombs Over Baghdad Outcast shirt? Is that what era are we in?
Don't ask me. I actually don't even know how this shirt came into my possession.
Oh Lord.
I don't know if I got it. I don't know.
Okay. Let me tell you how that happened.
I know it's probably a drunk night. I probably borrowed a friend's shirt.
You might have. There might be some trauma attached to that night.
I don't know.
Yeah, you slept in that young man's shirt, and you just decided to leave in it.
This is a nigga shirt.
What up?
Like I said, it just popped up one day in my wash clothes, and I was like, I like this shit. It's big, it's like large, and it's orange. So
Yeah.
I don't know what this is, but they not getting it back. And I wear it all the time. So somebody could have called me out.
Hilarious.
I'm calling you out. That's my shirt name. Like,
Like
what the hell? I've been looking for that.
Thanks.
They're like, excuse me by now. So.
Right, like
You might be clear. You might be
because this is my shirt.
No, it's not. I just heard you say it wasn't.
Facts.
Going to jail now.
We got Cozy Mo down there, aka Mo, aka Moneybag Mo. What it do?
what's up, y'all? Welcome back on a Wednesday night. Let's get into it. I'm ready to talk to y'all.
Looking very sophisticated with your glass, ma'am. I see you.
A mimosa tonight. Yeah.
Oh, let's go. I see you.
Ooh.
So just sipping a little something.
I see you. And keeping us current as always, man, on the in all things media and in all things social media. My cousin and your cousin, man, cousin Torian. What it do?
What's up, y'all? Happy hump day. You already know. Make sure you follow me on everything. I Runs Wild. TikTok, I Runs Wild too. You already know I'll be on my wild-ish. Let's keep it going tonight.
You dig? And he respects the rules of the show with no cursing at the beginning. You see that?
Right.
Naomi can learn some stuff.
He don't always do that.
I started last week and I'm going to keep going.
There you go. One day at a time. You know what's funny, though, when you're talking about the shirt, though, Naomi? To this day, I'm mad about a shirt that a young lady kept of mine. This is back in high school. I'm still mad. It was a fire Jordan shirt that just came out. It was an old school Jordan shirt where he had the 1985 warm-up suit on. He was dunking from the free throw line, and in the background is the Chicago skyline. Oh, that shirt was so hard.
Damn, you got
And she rocked it. Hey, the cold part was she rocked it to school. I was like, wait a minute, that's not even yours.
Look, that's
it's mine now.
You know what the hell?
I need that bag. Sorry, not sorry.
Yeah. You know, it used to be
for years. So I got the help.
See, no, but that's Letterman's crazy, but that do be happening too.
Yeah.
Like, nigga.
Yeah, the Letterman thing used to be crazy, right? Because that kind of, you can get some, I seen a lot of girls get some side eyes when they was rocking somebody's Letterman.
I thought I would never see my Letterman again. But they were like, oh yeah, by the way, I have this. I was like, wow.
That used to be, that was obviously pre-social media. That used to be a way of like, in some way, kind of like coming out as a couple with like,
I like claiming it. But when you said that, what I thought about was like even just wearing like a nigga's number at the shirt, like nigga, you can go around and see somebody else wearing that.
Yeah, it's some heat.
It's like, hold on. You will find out some shit. It's like, hold on. No. Why you got my man number on? Why you
right.
And then they're saying the same thing.
No,
listen, I've seen it pop off in high school. Right, the Spider-Man joint. Yeah, I seen it pop off.
Is at this point.
Well, I'm glad right now we're starting off talking about some good things, right? Because tonight's gonna be a difficult show, man. It was a weird day in the streets the other day. I don't know if I've ever seen 3 celebrity couples all on the same day drop news about they all getting divorced. So that was like, that seemed kind of somebody's PR coordinated that. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a heck of a coincidence that everybody came out on that same day. Yeah, I think the first one was Tom Brady and his wife.
Yeah.
And then I saw Tia and what's her husband name? Cory. That was second. Then after that, Miguel.
Whatever. I said Tia's hurt a little bit.
Oh well, you know, hey.
I was like, oh,
like no.
It's like, oh, but
like you'll be all right, right?
Right, but
every day.
And then after that, Miguel snuck his little stuff in there.
Miguel.
Yeah, Miguel slid in. Let me throw this in there.
Like, they had made up too.
Yeah, I was gonna say, didn't they like date for years and they broke up? And like got together, they got married, and now they're divorced. Like, you know what I said to myself? You know what I said to myself? I was like, you know what? She came back and he ain't changed, and he's back to doing the same stuff that he was probably doing. I was like, that's just a thought, you know, allegedly.
Because they had a separation, right? They separated.
Now, there were news they were getting divorced earlier this year, and then literally like a few days later, they were like back together.
No, it was like a few weeks. It was, and then they was like, we go drop the divorce, and now they do it again. I'm like, no. I'm like, is this old news? And I'm like, no, it's current.
Like chances were given, and whoever it was that needed to deliver didn't. So like now it's really happening for real.
Yeah, no, it's good. And it's weird. This is weird because all 3 of these situations, and again, you know, on this show, man, we allow everybody to talk they talk, and you know, we talk in our most organic state. We don't censor anybody that's on the mic or in the chat, and we don't really do celebrity news like that. What we try to do is take a celebrity situation and like equate it to just everyday life, and so everyday people. And with these 3 scenarios, they were all so different because, to y'all's point with the Miguel thing, they kind of had broke up and got back together, literally. You know what I'm saying? Tom Brady and his wife is very unique because that's that kind of a classic situation where it seems like he is putting his career and his job allegedly over his family, and she's like, "How long you gonna play, Negro?" Like, what the, you know what I'm saying? Damn, nigga. Yeah, like, you like 47, like damn, you
36. No, because you keep gonna retire, but you keep coming back, like, because I feel like it's just broken promises. Kind of like what Mo said with the fucking Miguel. Like, it's just like you try to take a nigga back, but still nothing changed. So like, what can you do? You try to take a, you know,
but something like that. That's tricky because you don't want to put pressure on your partner to, like, he may have said, hey, I'll retire just on the basis of like always hearing that shit. But his heart may not desire to retire right now. And the fact that his body can even produce at this rate, that's dope. And like, I say go until like you feel like you don't want to do it no more. But like, he may have felt pressure to be like, you know what? Okay, babe, I'll do it. Ultimately not being there like internally, like that's not where he's really at. So it comes back up like, well, that's not how I feel.
He shouldn't have lied. He should have said, you know what, baby, I'd rather play football than be home with you and the kids. And like,
whoa.
But maybe it wasn't a lie. He could have been trying and like, okay, I'll try this retirement shit. I've never done it before. Then he like did it for a couple months. He's like, absolutely not.
Like, okay, JT.
Absolutely not. Like, when's the season start?
You said this ain't it.
Yeah, he had 2 weeks at home.
No, but that's what they were saying. Like, he spent 2 weeks at home with his kids and went right back to football.
I was like, actually, I got a game next week. It's like, remember?
Yeah, like this ain't it. And then you got Tia and Cory, which when I you know, somebody was putting posts about them, and they dated for 9 years, then they were married for 14 years.
Wow.
So like that's they whole adult life basically has been together because they only like what
no,
like
older they
like mid-40s, right?
That is
they like 41, 40.
Yeah.
Damn.
They did great as far, you know, shit. I don't know. That marriage shit is crazy.
But time really means nothing because you could have been spending all that time. Well, I don't say time means nothing because like at the end of the day, time like measures a lot of things. But at the same time, like you could have spent that time trying to like push the same fucking issue, like stuck in the same stagnant place, and like before you know, you look up and it's 7 years later, and y'all still got the same damn problem between y'all. And like so, then like oh shit, maybe we should call it off. So like time doesn't always just say, oh wow, this is dope. Like time could have been like y'all was stuck on stupid together.
Yeah. No, real talk. Yeah. But it was just interesting though, because it was like, man, all three of these scenarios are, you know, it's a breakup, but it's so different. And so, you know, I'm trying to, I'm getting older, and so I'm trying to make sure I stay connected, because I'm seeing a lot of older dudes from my time, my era, that like we stick to these, you know, to the way that we kind of came up, and stuff is changing. So I was like, okay, I was looking at breakup stuff, and there's a whole thing now where people are talking about breakup trauma. I didn't know that was a thing, but you know, apparently there's like, hey, you can, depending on how serious the breakup was or how serious the relationship was, there can be some PTSD in there after that breakup. And they're like most people don't ever deal with it. They never get that dealt with, right? They just, oh, I'm gonna get over it. I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna go runs wild with Tori in the night. We finna go turn up, and I'm finna get over this breakup. You know what I mean? But I don't know if that really works. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you need to just cry. Just go somewhere, cry for a little bit.
That's part of it. It's definitely a journey to getting over a breakup. And I think each of those parts, you just can't do it solo. Okay. It has to be a little bit more. Definitely get out, be around your friends, you know, have a little drink, take a load off. That could be part of getting over a breakup. Like being reminded that, okay, it's other motherfuckers out here that love me.
Right.
So step out with your friends. But that's not gonna be all you need to get over that breakup.
Yeah. Like you can definitely use distractions as you need them, but also understand when those distractions need to be kind of like set aside to really focus on what it is that you need to get through this. Because the distractions, you can ride that high as long as you want sometimes. Like, so just, you know, more aware of that.
Oh, we're talking about it.
Right. Come over to my house. Well,
Oh yeah, that breakup PTSD sounds like not having like trust, like trust issues. That's the first thing that comes to mind. Like you're traumatized. What happened? Like that, you have to get that out. That's not natural to just not be trusting people. I mean, like no, not in that arena.
But are we talking about just like PTSD from the breakup? Because I'm thinking like if you have PTSD, it's probably mostly based in like from the relationship rather than just like the breakup. So I'm like, is the breakup that's giving, or are we talking about the breakup portion that's giving PTSD?
Oh, but you know what? Looking at like the Krishan Rock and Blueface thing, like apparently they're breaking up. Apparently, I don't really believe that like as much as I can even say that. Like honestly, like, I'm like what? But apparently they're breaking up, and so like with that, like there are sex tapes coming out, a lot of other stuff. It's like that could be traumatizing to a person. Like, what the fuck is your problem? Like, what?
Well, true, yeah.
Like, why are you spazzing like this? Like,
because the D was good.
So let me drop this sex tape.
Right. She's like, let me show these bitches what he got.
See, but that's how you're gonna lose it for real. Not everybody's gonna be on your guy. You need to pull up at his door, be knocking on your door like, what's up?
Well, you know she'll do that. She'll break in. Write her name in blood.
It's a fact. But no, it can be, I don't know. To most point, I think maybe both can be a part of the trauma, right? There could have definitely been some PTSD in a relationship that maybe you have to deal with now. And depending on how to break, sometimes, man, some breakups are kind of smooth. Sometimes it's like, yeah, we know we both been on some, you know, some bullshit for the last 6 months. You know what I'm saying? It's probably about time. And sometimes it can come out of left field. I got homeboys that they was like,
breakup.
Who?
You've had a smooth breakup?
All my breakups been smooth. I'm a pretty cool dude, Naomi. I don't know if you know this about me. Let me tell you a story. No, I'm playing.
Break up on some cheating shit.
Nah, I've never broken up on no cheating.
That's the time when it don't go smooth. It's when like somebody is caught cheating. And
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, like that can get messy. You know what I mean?
It's the betrayal part. You feel betrayed. Like, what the fuck? Who are you actually? Like,
yeah, especially if everything on the surface was cool. And then all of a sudden you find, you know what I'm saying, Mo looks up and he leave his phone sitting there, and it's a bunch of camel toe. You know what I'm saying? Now it's like, wait a minute. You did? Monkey Mo's face.
I'm like, how did we get here?
Exactly. That's what you're asking as you get PTSD from breaking up with this nigga. Like this.
And you know what I've heard from some people when they talk about that is when I was reading about it, is that they say that what messes them up mentally is that they start saying, how didn't I see this coming? And they start, internalizing, I should have saw, I'm stupid.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I can see that being like a major issue because a lot of people will do that. They'd be like, what was wrong with me? And like, what didn't I do right? Or like, and honestly, sometimes you just have to like not even bring that into, consideration, because a lot, maybe a lot of the time it's them, as when he's having, especially if it's like a situation that you're not ending on your own, you're in that position. Like, you do not have to take on that responsibility. It's hard. It's easier said than done. Sometimes, depending on the situation, like what's occurred, what's really been going on. But like, I can see that definitely being common. Like, for people just being like, oh, like, how did I see this? And wow,
yeah,
you
knew it was coming though. Like, stop playing.
It's like
you're naive about shit.
Yeah,
I think sometimes people ask that question just if they need to take accountability.
No, because that's not to say you do kind of got to look at it, because I think there could be reasons. Of course, if you're in a committed relationship and y'all have an agreement to be faithful to each other, nobody should be cheating. But I don't know. There are things that could still lead to cheating in a relationship that maybe you fucked up on. And so you do got to look at, like, when a relationship ends, you can't just put the blame on, oh, well, this motherfucker cheated. Instead of looking at, like, the full picture. Like, oh, she cheated because I wasn't around because I was on this, that, and that. And, like, who knows?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's crazy. I don't know. It's always interesting, right? And then I know Lionel was saying, what you say a minute ago, Lionel? You was like, people sound like maybe they don't have any friends that they can, like, get around. Like after a breakup, somebody like you can talk to, so you don't got to be tripping. But sometimes though, man, like, I don't know. I got a group of homeboys that might not, because our communication, the way we make fun of each other, can be very harsh. It can be very harsh. It's from a place of love, but it's some harsh stuff, bro. And maybe you're not in the mental space to where you can take them jokes right now.
Like, I'm sensitive.
Yeah, he might not be ready for those jokes right now.
Don't play with me like that.
That's not good friendship. Like,
a
good friend, like you don't go through the forest every day or every other year. So like, that's a time to absolutely, like, okay, it's like, you would need your team, period. Either way it goes, like, you're gonna need support, whether that's family or, because it's important. Like, it's life is going forward. That's just like, you have to get back to your life now. What is that for you? Is that like, what is life now? Because it's not this person anymore. So what's life? And that might be friends, that might be family, that might be, like, who knows? Just buy yourself trip every other month. Like, who knows? Like, that's for you to figure out and get to the bottom of, not be caught up or hung up on, like, what could I have done? Or like, maybe did I miss it? All that shit is spilled milk. You can't put that back in the cup. The glass is over. You might have to look at God and the universe and say, okay, gotcha, and just keep it moving.
Yeah, I mean, well, listen, again, it's from a place of love.
Yeah.
Well, you gotta understand, we're old heads at this point, Lionel, me and my crew. So we're not really that in touch with our emotions like that. So we don't really know how to.
There's never a better time to start than now.
I'm like, if you're telling me this, then you know what you need to be working on right now.
Like, no reason y'all cannot adjust that.
Mm-hmm. So next week, I want to see some progress.
Talk to your friends. Be like, you know what?
Call them on the show right now. Come on.
Come on. Get them on the show right now.
The red table.
Right.
Nah, maybe bring them to the red table.
I feel like, I just want people.
If you love your nigga, hug your nigga. That's what Boosie said.
I feel like the misstep in like life, and I think it's a theme. It's just like being never lose sight and focus on yourself. Like you're so important. You're still a factor. Like and like you always have you, and like never lose sight of that. Like there's no breakup. Like you're gonna lose people in life, whether that's intentional, unintentional, whether you want that or not. Like what you won't lose is yourself, and so you better get that relationship together for real. I feel like such a head ass saying that, but like that's the theme. Like the past couple of weeks for me, I've been seeing it for a lot of people as well as myself. It's so important to like make sure that you got that like from zero from the bottom. Like, are you good? You know. Otherwise, you would be looking for like that person. Like, oh shit, no.
But like after how long though? Because look, if you're in a marriage, like Tia and Cory were married for 14 years, right? I'm sure that they thought, I don't know, let's just assume, right? I know you can make an ass out of you and me, but let's just, for the sake of argument, say they thought it was going to be some forever-ish, right? They thought like, yo, this is my other half. On a certain level, you know, I see what I understand what you're saying, like, don't lose yourself. But man, if I think this is like my person, you know, maybe I'm, you know, super, you know what I mean? Maybe I'm like giving up some of that a little bit just to, you know, or pulling back, you know what I mean? Maybe she don't like when I do this, so I'm gonna kind of, you know, I really like going to go hoop every day. I know Mo, we had a show where Mo was like, niggas always want to go hoop. I gotta, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm cutting back because of her, you know what I'm saying?
No, you have to, like, compromise is a part of every relationship for sure. But then there's like, you are you. So like, you never should be compromising you. Like, cause I see that like a lot. So when you're in a conversation of like, compromising yourself, that's another thing. Like it's one thing to compromise the thing that you like or whatever, but like yourself, because then that's when you'll find yourself in shit positions, you know. I don't know.
Yeah, I feel what you're saying though. I feel what you're saying though.
Yeah, I was like on the breakup thing, because I'll be like on the train of like just move forward. Like I'll be so focused and like hell bent on like what's next, like forward. But like I have a hard time like taking a break, stopping, and like grieving a thing. Like that's real for me. Like my therapist has brought that to my attention. Like I'll be so focused on like forward, like okay, well, so but like maybe like stopping.
And that's how most niggas go. They're like, we gonna fuck all the hoes. Like we just gonna be out here living, like
because life
enjoying, having our best time, and then like all the while this shit is just on your heart, fucking with you, but you're trying to ignore it.
No, suppression is real.
Things have to be dealt with.
Yeah.
And that's why, I mean, it could be both. Like, I think.
No, that's very true.
I think it could be all. Like, a lot of people don't believe in rebounds. I believe in rebounds. I think rebounds are so a part of that. As well as a part of the breakup process, a rebound is a godsend, I think.
So throw the question to Torian right now. Let's get Torian on the spot. After a breakup, Torian, how quick are you getting it in with a new person? A week, a month, 2 months? Oh shit! Okay.
Not saying.
Let's get it right back out there.
Got him in that broken heart quick.
Ain't nothing like some new. Let's get it.
At that point, you had the backup ready.
Not necessarily go to the bar and just pop up. You know?
Okay, true.
No, ideally, I feel like. I mean, it's up to the person though. For me, I'll probably wait a little bit. I definitely would wait a bit. But I'm already not that sexually active, so it's like that's nothing to me.
So you good?
Yeah. I'll be like, you know what? I'm gonna focus on me again.
I was just gonna say, don't tell me I'm gonna focus on me type. You and Kim Kardashian. I'm gonna focus on me right now. Really? Stop.
Right. No, Kim was hot.
That's the best way to do it. Period. Self-love is true love.
Right. And that's what they said about Tamara. I mean, not Tamara, Tia, because in the interview before, like last week, the girl was like, "You're glowing, Tia." And she like, "Oh my God, like somebody told me that last week." And she was like, "You know what it is? It's self-love. Like, I'm setting boundaries, I'm doing this." And it was like, now we see, like, I mean, she probably didn't know, because that same week she was talking about how she was still on a high from the vacation with her husband and stuff, and how they had a great time.
Oh damn.
But so something probably happened where they were just like, you know what, we got to stop playing, and it's so distant.
Stop lying to the internet.
How old is Tia? Do we know how old she is, Torian? She 40? Got to be mid.
I thought they just turned 41.
I'm not gonna be that much older. than me.
No, but I'm just saying though, because they've been together for so.
Like 44.
Way long time.
She's 44. Dang, now she's damn near 20.
So they got married when she was 30. They started dating when she was in like her early 20s. Early 20s.
Like that's probably the timeline I would want to follow, and that's just still.
But that's what I'm saying. Though, think about that's what I'm saying. Like for her at this point, everything she basically knows about relationships is with him.
It's the it.
It's like she don't know.
Like she's and same for him. Like clear, like they're like.
Yeah, that's all they know.
Oh, life will unfold so interestingly now for them. Like now being established and like.
Yeah, now you 44 years old. You've only had a relationship basically with one person.
And don't know how to that's awkward as hell.
That's wild.
All the time, like being separated. Well, I guess for some divorces, you do have to have like a separation period. But
yeah, I mean,
because I'm like, I don't know, because reconciliation is a thing. Like, I mean, who knows what their problems could be?
Let me hold on. Mike in the chat.
Niggas will get divorced, and some years later, they end up right back with the person they married again. Back with this
Mike in the chat. You a dude. If you were to break up, Mike, are you talking to your homeboys about it? Like, are they gonna be able to console you, or are you just like them niggas gonna talk shit? I don't want to hear that right now. Talk to me. But no, I feel what you're saying though, Naomi, because it's like I think it's something to say about familiar. What's the word? How do they say the shit?
Familiarity?
Yeah, there you go. That word. It's comfortable, right? Like after that long, it's something that like you know what this is, right? You know what comes. I know what comes with Mo, right? And it's like it's easy just to go back. That's why so many people end up going back, because you kind of know what's there, even though you know the other side too. But you like, but
the grass ain't always greener.
Yeah.
No. But in this it's uncomfortable. For real, that's exactly why I dive head first into the uncomfortable. Like, okay, well, because who knows? Like, there's probably something there for you, you know.
See, listen, my wife already knows. How many times have I said it on this show, Mo? I'm only getting married one time. Y'all know this. I say this all the time. It's only once for me. If this shit don't work for whatever reason at whatever time, that's it.
I feel you.
I'm never gonna do it again. And it's just because it's like, not that I don't like marriage. I enjoy it. Like I don't, you know what I'm saying? But you know, like especially now that I'm getting older, it's like, nah, I ain't gonna, because it's a lot of time, you know what I'm saying, to devote it to one person. And it's like, you know, if this don't work out, let me spread my wings. Well, hold on, what's the Maxwell song? There you go. That was a
I'm seeing you fly to the sky with this. You got wings.
You know what was crazy? When that song came out, I was dating a young lady, right? I just liked the songs. I like Maxwell and I love the song. I wasn't listening to the lyrics. I just liked the song, right? And I didn't even realize at the time that me and her were basically breaking up, right? We were together.
Putting that bitch on every time she was around.
Man, I was playing that shit all the time because that was my shit. You know what I'm saying?
Are you trying to say something, Roy?
It was just, I'm like, that's
I had to leave. I had to leave.
You just looking at this nigga thinking out of this
right.
She like, nigga, what? She probably was texting her friends. I think she's trying to break up with me.
Right.
For the same song.
You know what I'm saying? That was just my joint, bro. I swear. And then one day I listened, I was like, oh shit, that's some crucial ass lyrics.
Your subconscious got it.
The subconscious caught.
I know, that's crazy. If I'm lying, I'm flying. I swear, I had never really listened. And then like the first bar, time will be the real end of our trial. One day there'll be no remnants, no trace, no residual feelings within you. One day you won't even remember me. Like, oh shit.
You went the fuck off.
Like that's crazy. Like to think about that though, right? Because I don't know why. Maybe it's my ego. What sign are we, Naomi? What sign are we?
Libra. It's Libra season. It's almost your birthday. Okay, it was just
my gang. Libra season, right? Is this some Libra-ish in me though? Because, or maybe it's just me being a narcissist. Because like,
man.
Is it some man-ish?
I don't know. Explain what you were going to.
Okay, here's where I'm going. to think that somebody that I had a relationship with at some point won't remember me, that kind of bothers me.
Relationship for sure. But I don't know. Now that I'm getting like, who knows how I'll feel in my 30s, like thinking about like shit that happened in my 20s, like that would be like a long time ago. Cause yeah, like I just had a birthday and I was 18 10 years ago. Like, so another 10 years, like like it's definitely gonna be some niggas I don't remember. Like I'm trying to
hold on.
It's time. I think I won't get married to my 40s.
Oh, okay.
I'm like, so that way I don't have so much time to be committed. Like I don't like niggas getting married in their 20s is wildin'. Like that's them 60-year marriages. Like, you know how
that's facts, yeah.
Oh no. That's a long time.
Oh no, it's something about it's something about like, hold on, so you just not gonna remember me at all? Like, and listen, with that being said, I don't sit and reminisce about old chicks. Like, that's some wild shit. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I don't know, but I don't know. Maybe it's
if you end up not even ranking on like most loved, because you know, time goes on, you know, you don't know who you're gonna meet. Like you end up meeting, reconnecting with your wife, who end up being over that. So like,
this is true.
You know, like it's different as time goes on, for sure. I'm thinking.
I don't know. To
I
me,
don't know about a whole relationship, but I'm not one who's had like so many relationships as well. So
I don't know, but I mean, like, I don't know, man. Like, if you're with a person and like, if I'm dating somebody, I'm like super genuine. I'm like, you know what I mean? It's like, damn, you're just gonna forget all that? That's fucked up. Well, fuck you then, oh.
Like, I love my other nigga more.
Well, that's shit. Oh, hold on. With that being said, Torian, did you see this on the social media? This was some real sucker shit, I believe, too. No disrespect, but it was. I said I was gonna stop saying that, but it was some sucker shit. Who's the dude that posted? Okay, Lil Wayne's ex is getting married. What's her name?
Toya.
Okay, she's getting married. Did she already get married yet?
No, not yet.
But they get ready to get married, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and her her ex-husband or just ex-boyfriend?
Ex-husband, Memphis, I think. Memphis.
There you go, Memphis.
Yeah.
Did y'all see what he did?
Yeah, that was like, boy, clown. That
okay. Yeah, so okay, explain it. What happened, Torian?
So basically, I think it was like they might be getting ready or got married, but it was like they wedding. Something they was like getting ready for the wedding. She was doing a bachelorette party. I think the guy had his, and then the ex-husband posted a picture on his story of like him and Toya like on their wedding day kissing, and he was like, "I miss you and I wish you the best." Da, da, da. He did like something else, posted something else too, and it's like, why is you posting this? Like
that was some wild shit.
That's very interesting. Clearly, you want this person.
But it's been like years. He got married after that. I think Memphis got married to.
Or maybe he's trolling.
Huh?
Maybe he's trolling.
I mean, it definitely was something behind it. Because I mean, you can't be genuine doing something like that. Like he could have did a regular picture and was like, "I see you doing good," you know. But to use like y'all wedding picture and y'all kissing, that was like some clown stuff, you know. That was like you talking.
I don't get the point. I don't understand the point. Like, what do you accomplish? Like, or what's your goal here?
Exactly. Like, what's the picture supposed to make her be like, oh, I don't want to get married? Like, what's the purpose of this? You know, if you wanted to like really congratulate her, you could use a regular photo or just a photo of her and be like, I have good luck on your wedding day, da da da. You know,
right? If he would have just posted a photo of Toya and said, hey, congratulations, you know what I'm saying, wish y'all the best, I would have said, yo, that's player as her ex. That's player.
Yeah, like just be smooth with it. You're gonna do all that if you really got to make a post in general.
Yeah, right. If you have to make a post.
It was Wayne or her other ex nigga?
It was Memphis.
Yeah, Memphis.
That's ex nigga. I'm like, I don't really know who that is, but I kind of heard something. He
posted a picture of him and Toya kissing.
Oh, right?
He posted a pic of him and Toya kissing, talking about like good luck on your marriage and shit.
Like, I'm like, I think I heard about him.
Like, that's trolling.
Yeah, that was kind of. I was like, come on, Myth Hits, bro. Like that ain't it, my guy.
But I guess it's synonymous to like the things we've heard about him. Like that's kind of like his
No,
character.
because like, yeah.
Versus just like a happy, like an actual like congratulations, or just silence,
Or not saying shit.
Right. Or just
Yeah, just shut the fuck up.
Yeah, but you know, troll is gonna troll.
Yeah, I saw that and I was like, that kind of seemed weird. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I've never really got in that whole thing of like communicating with exes like that. I don't really, you know what I'm saying? That's not really a thing of mine.
I feel that.
Yeah, I'm not really a big head text person. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm not doing none of that shit.
Not that it's any beef. It's just like I'm good.
Like we can even like be on cool terms, and I think I've talked about this many times on the show. We can be on good terms, but if I just really don't want to like keep that relationship with you, then I just won't. You know, and most of the time I don't, because like for what?
9 times out of 10,
we're not even together. Like leave me alone.
Right. Like what are we trying to do? Right. Okay, hold on. I just found the Myth Hits thing. Hold on. Let me put this up in case y'all didn't see it.
No, but I'm like, is it that like feeling some type of way?
yeah,
Some music along with it too.
it's like I don't, but I do.
Oh, he had some music?
I believe I could be just mad, but
Yeah, you made that up, Torian. But here go the picture that this is what he posted.
it was like a sound with it that I believe.
Why are you posting you like if I'm like, yeah, I would have had an issue. Don't post, you know, y'all kissing. Like, come on, bro.
Farewell, my love.
Yeah.
No, he said farewell, my love, goodbye, and congrats.
Yeah, come on, my guy.
No, you need to look at this nigga. I don't know who she marrying, but you need to have your eye on this one because nigga.
This ain't it. This is not the end. He'll be back.
He gonna be right there, nigga. You fuck up one time, he's right there.
Not y'all all getting married.
Like you
Stan said, I try my ex every few weeks. Damn, funny as hell.
I'm like, I feel feeling like Stan be dead ass.
Niggas ain't shit.
I be feeling like Stan is dead ass.
It's an ex larking. But that's why I'm just like I'm such a ghost. I'll be pew.
Yo, that's crazy to post, bro. Damn, man.
But I might pop up.
They probably be thinking, did
Before
this
I
ever
become-
even happen? They probably be thinking, wow, was this
And that's how you could get forgotten. Like Roy can imagine how you could be forgotten. And that's how you get forgotten because X won't come back. You don't see this motherfucker like, damn, I ain't thought about this nigga in 12
No,
years.
seriously, like did that even happen?
This is true.
Seriously.
Damn, I'm like, damn, I was that unforgettable. I'm
Probably,
that forgettable. Like, damn, okay.
some people probably purposely block that shit out. Like, I talk to you.
Like, I'm sorry.
Damn.
I know you. Like, have we ever met?
It's,
Right? Excuse me, sir. Hold on. What's the damn Kiki Palmer? Do I know this man?
Right. Sorry to the team.
Right. I'm sorry to this man. You know what I'm saying? That's fucked up. Don't hit me with that. That'll hurt my heart.
I feel like sometimes it's like best though.
It is for the best sometimes. Okay, but so Myth Hits was true. He was trolling and tripping. That's some real side. Come on, man. That's some sucker shit, my guy. That ain't it. Farewell, my love. Goodbye and congrats. Like, that ain't it.
It's something else. It's another
No,
thing.
but that's some nigga shit. Like, bitch, not you really lost the girl you love just because you want to be on some shit.
Now you out here trolling and tripping. Now they got you trolling and tripping.
Like, and he was probably
Trolling and tripping.
like the other bitch still typing that bitch.
Right? Still trolling and tripping. Come on.
That nigga there, bro.
Oh, he did have. He had Gladys Knight and the Pips.
What?
Neither one of us playing.
Oh, that's a crucial because neither one of us. Oh, that's the. Oh, he an old school player. Okay, I see your Myth Hits.
He was playing faces.
No,
And Toya Man did respond, but I forgot what he said.
Oh, he probably said, "Hey, nigga, chill the fuck out."
It was very something much like that. Like, dog need to chill.
Yeah, you got to like. Listen, you gotta say something on that.
Do you just get married to her? You just get married to her. That's all you got.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie to you. I got to hold. I'm gonna say it with my chest and hold my nuts on and so. Cause look, cause
my wife's name out.
Hey, you know what's funny? I think no cap. I think he actually posted that. No cap.
No, I think he did too.
Yeah, I think he really posted that.
Name out your fucking mouth, and that's like
that's what he posted. No cap.
Little smack.
Yeah, that's exactly what he posted, and that's perfect. Like, yo, nigga, like, fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro. Cause like that's disrespectful as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like, come on, my dude. Like, you know what I mean? Like, okay, y'all had whatever y'all had back then. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Farewell, my love, and now you playing music.
I love, like,
yeah.
First of all,
yeah, chill out. You know what I'm saying?
Get the fuck out of here with that.
You dig? And farewell, my love, like you giving her away to me, my nigga. Like, fuck out of here. You know
like I needed your blessing. Like,
right.
That would be it would just have to be. It would be nothing.
Like, fuck out of here.
Like, no.
That's the kind of person you just have to like see. Like when you see this person, like y'all have to be on that. That was disrespectful to your wife.
Shut up, Stanley.
Stanley funny as hell. Stan, hey, next week we need you on the show, Stan.
Now niggas can just feel entitled. Niggas can
entitled to the. That's a beautiful name for a new show. Entitled to the pussy.
Mm-hmm. Will feel entitled. Nigga, and that shit will no access denied, bitch.
I've known several dudes that feel entitled to some to
I'm like, look, I don't even fuck my baby daddy. So that's already, people always think that's one off top. Like, no, bitch, you don't even got that freebie on my ass.
I know dudes to this day who don't mess with women with kids because they feel like the baby daddy always got to pass.
I feel like to a certain extent that's true.
No, it definitely happened a lot. You definitely got to make sure. You got to make sure it's on some real shit. But I've seen it done just because I've seen me do it, so I believe it could be some other people out there that's doing it. So, yeah. But I know it's definitely some people the other way that it's like they love their person and they will always go back. Like,
yeah,
no.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I know I can't say no names, but I know two people that they are grown as F, right? And they know that they can't be together. They know that like in an actual like long-term relationship, it will not work between the two of them. They've tried it, it didn't work. But they also know that like there's a comfort with them. So whenever they like go out, have these bullshit failed relationships, they always come back to each other for a period of time. And it's never anything official. It's just like, okay, whenever you ain't with nobody and I ain't with nobody, then me and you kind of together until like one of us finds somebody, which is some real toxic ass shit, right?
No, I'm just thinking about the soul contract they must have signed. That's so.
Oh.
It's so interesting to do that too.
I see where you're going with that, Naomi. Okay.
No, facts, because like, there's something to work out there. There is something to work out there, especially once it starts going on for so long. Like, nigga, man, do y'all love each other or not?
It's one of those, maybe
they say they just can't be together, but I mean, then I don't know.
Maybe they should just have an open relationship. Cause like they always come back. Like they always end up coming back to each other.
Yeah, and they're aware of the other person dating others. So. Yeah.
And they are all, you know what's crazy? They are respectful when the other person is like, yo, I'm gonna try to have a relationship with this person. They call back.
That's good.
And then whenever that shit ends, they hit them up. Hey, what you doing? And they go right back. It's crazy. And this is going on like 15 years of this.
They should just try to date. Have they ever tried to date?
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like they tried it, and the shit was just like, it just, it was just one of them things. But like it was okay. You know what I think it is with them. I think it's that whole like they like the I don't know if excitement's the right word, but they like that whole thing of like maybe we shouldn't be doing this. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I think that excites them. And now
that shit could excite me for 15 years. I'm like 1 year max.
There's something, you know what I'm saying? Like some people actually, this is gonna sound crazy, but some people actually like cheating because there's an excitement about like that type of sex for them.
No, that shit's crazy. That's the type of cheater you don't want to mix yourself up with.
I'm just saying, but they like it because it's something exciting. Look, Torian might run wild with that. Torian scratching his head. Hold on.
No, my head was just itching. No, I don't participate in cheating. That's why I haven't
never Torian, never, ever.
Nah. I mean, I done seen the hurt it done did to my mama by my dad. So I always told myself I would never cheat. I would literally get out of a relationship before I cheat.
And so that's something I have in common with you. And I've always like taken cheating very serious. And like I've seen that like in my parents' relationship. So like that's something I would always like never like that wouldn't be a part of me. No. So I love that.
I don't see myself ever cheating. And that's why I kind of don't get relationships because I feel like I would cheat, you know? I feel like that's something might be genetic and I don't want to be like my father. So I won't get a relationship unless I know it's going to be forever. If I'm just hopping in a relationship, I know I'm going to just cheat. But I want a meaningful relationship. So if I feel like it's a meaningful relationship, I'm not going to cheat because I don't want to hurt that person like I hurt my mom. But if I'm just hopping in a relationship, I know I'm going to cheat. If it's like meaningless to me, you know.
Damn. Okay, that makes so you got a little PTSD then, Torian.
Yeah. Right. Without having to be
and it wasn't even in your it didn't even happen to you. But I had actually seen on this special I was watching about like the teens in America and like their mental health. It was saying that when traumatic things happen to your parents, like when they go through abusive situations, like we feel the same amount, like as if it was done to us. Like we literally experience the trauma as if it was happening to us still, like just by it happening to our parents. Like, so yeah, that shit is real for real.
It makes sense. It makes so much.
Yeah, that's very interesting. Because we like, it's the old argument: is it nature or is it nurture? Right? Like what really makes up who you are? You know what I'm saying? Like, and what you see, man, it's crazy because people always say a lot of times how people grow up. If you grow up and you gotta, do I want to? Yeah, I'm gonna say I'm a grown ass man now. I'm finna be a grown ass man on my birthday. I'm gonna say this shit. A lot of people say, yo, if you grow up with a no offense, with a not a single mom, but a ratchet ass single mom, not because there's a difference. There's single mothers who are just, single mothers are doing their thing. Then there are ratchet single moms, right? Some people say if you grow up with a ratchet ass single mom that's out there doing ratchet shit, you might produce ratchet kids because that's what they see. You know what I'm saying? They see that as quote unquote okay. And so for them, you know what I'm saying, they mom going out, leaving them with whoever the fuck, you know what I'm saying, on whatever the hell night is okay. It's not a big deal. You know what I'm saying? So, that's interesting though, Torian, that you shared that though. Yeah. So Torian will not get with you unless you are at least 6'5" and he thinks you are the one.
Right.
He said right.
Play.
In that order. 6'5". And hold on, it's 6. Hold on, what's the ideal height, Torian?
6+.
Oh, goddamn, Torian, 6+. What does that mean? Just give me an ideal height. Goddamn.
I mean, yeah, like
first of all, Torian, you like 6'2". You like 6'2", 6'3".
So 6 foot.
I mean, 6'2". At least level of height, at least same height. I done
2
down to that.
6'2".
Yeah, 3.
I was gonna say Torian like 6. Torian like 6'3".
You want 6'3". That's ideal.
A little taller than me. A lot taller would be very God willing, blessful.
Okay, that's what I'm saying.
But
at least like
honestly, it's been some short dudes who really been like getting my eye. I'm like, whoa, what's going on? I like this.
Listen, we finna get Tori in the dating show. We ain't finna do nothing ratchet like Bobby Lights. That's some ratchet ass shit Bobby Lights got going on. That is some. Listen, I can't even watch that shit. That shit is too much for me. Like them niggas is fighting every goddamn 5 minutes. God damn.
Yeah, I don't even watch that.
I don't even do reality shows, so I could.
No, that shit is too much though.
Nah, you be watching Jocelyn, same network.
I like Jocelyn Hernandez, the Puerto Rican princess, but that's as far as I go. Like literally, I only watched Love and Hip Hop Atlanta while she was on it. After she got on it, I didn't watch no shit. I didn't watch no shit prior to that.
Speaking of Puerto Ricans, I brought this up last night. Last night we had a show.
What's it name?
Last night we had a show. We talked about what is truth, right? We talked about a lot of shit about politics. Just kind of like how do you define truth? You know, we live in an era of quote unquote fake news and all kinds of shit. So we talked about what is truth. Y'all can check that out if y'all want to. If y'all subscribe, to check that out from yesterday. But we had JC jumped on the show late yesterday. Let me see if I can get JC on right now to defend his position. Hold on.
I know that based on that topic, I can only imagine the conversation. It sounds like a great show.
I want to talk about this though, because yesterday, Fat Joe was on the Breakfast Club, right? He's Puerto Rican. We all know. Shout out to the day one homie JC. He's Puerto Rican, and they asked him about Puerto Rican saying the N-word. Mm-hmm. And so I talked to Jay. Let me put it on the screen. I'm gonna ask y'all: can Puerto Ricans say the N-word?
Not Puerto Ricans like JC.
What does that mean? Hold on, what does that mean?
If you're not finna be on no black shit, if you finna be on like some white Puerto Rican shit, are you gonna be on a black Puerto Rican shit or the white Puerto Rican shit? That's the way it's gonna come down to me, and maybe that just comes down to the amount of melanin you got in your skin. Because there's Puerto Ricans out there looking like me and Lionel, like all of us. It's Puerto Ricans looking like all of us out there. So like, I don't know, but I don't even know if that's even so much their culture when we're talking about like the real Puerto Rican. Like if it's gonna be some shit in the States, I don't know. I haven't really experienced, like I grew up around Mexicans.
Right. So what JC said last night, obviously, so just for full disclosure, he grew up in New York. He grew up in the Bronx.
Yeah, so like that's even a different.
Yeah, and he was saying like, yo, in the Bronx, that's just how everybody talks. And Fat Joe is from the Bronx as well. And he was like, that's how everybody talk. Everybody calls everybody, like when you're little, you grow up over there with a bunch of black dudes. Everybody just calls everybody nigga. And everybody talks that way. You know what I'm saying? And I told JC, I was like, I think that it's a difference on the East Coast, specifically New York versus the South. You know what I'm saying? In the South, I'm not saying that black people don't have a couple of Mexican homeboys here and there that say the N-word, that say nigga when they around them. I've seen it. I know it, right? I'm not saying that like that don't happen. But there's always the argument though, right? Because it's like, it was funny because I don't know if y'all are old enough to remember this. Fat Joe was able to say nigga, nobody said anything. J-Lo got on the record and said nigga, everybody went crazy. Like, hold on, J-Lo, what the fuck?
Did she? What song?
On the I'm Real song, the shit that her and Ja Rule, people saying what's the deal with you and so. I tell them niggas mind they biz, but they don't hear me though.
Nah, it shouldn't have. I don't
hold on. She went back and changed that lyric later. And like deleted that from the song.
As you said.
But the original song, she says, I tell them niggas mind they biz, but they don't hear me though.
Oh wow.
Cause I live my life to the fullest and I love it. Now I can breathe again, baby. Now I can breathe again.
Oh,
interesting.
But like Ja Rule wrote that song for her though.
Exactly.
Yeah, Ja Rule wrote it.
I feel like some niggas, you know, they'll definitely give away that card. Like it'll be some nigga that don't really care, like that their friend is saying this or this person they're associated with is saying this, so they're not even having a problem. And so sometimes it's like they could get the cosign for them, but having a cosign for somebody else does not give you the cosign for everybody else.
No, that's true.
That'd be the thing. You can get your little nigga pass, with your
friend group.
Yeah.
Right. They say you either Jenny from the block or you say nigga. You can't do both. You say Jenny from the block, so keep that.
Yeah.
And now, and like, I would just like see how are you going up for Black people? I feel like
For me, it's no across the board. It just should not be said. Like, period. Like, don't say it because, like, no matter what, for me, I know they be having their aunts and their grandmas and their uncles that be racist as hell, and like they be listening and like whether it's like intentional or not, they are in on those conversations and having that shit fed to them one way or the other. And like your grandparents, your family might not feel how you feel, and so it's just like very important not to be saying that shit because you might just say it in the wrong way one time, and like that wouldn't be okay. So you just shouldn't say it at all. Like, I feel like that just makes everything much easier. Like, just don't use this word because it could be derogatory or it could be offensive. And then, like, that should be accepted. Like, we don't argue that point. Like, in society, a lot of people love to, like, but, or, like, don't do that. Like, when someone tells you, hey, this could be, like, bothersome, it's just, like, should be respected and, like, keep it moving, right? Like, that's that.
Yeah, I think that there's a, I think if you're from Texas, and it's weird because some people say that Texas ain't even the South, which is crazy. People start considering like
hearing that lately, and I've never heard that my whole life. But this is literally the third time this shit is coming into my.
I'm telling you, a lot of people say Texas ain't the South.
And niggas got me fucked up. I want to say, bitch, when I look at that map, where the mountains motherfucking down. Let's
go.
So y'all got me fucked up. Y'all got me fucked up just because we're not country bumpkins. Just because we got a little bit of different culture, okay? Sorry.
Texas is clearly the South. I feel like that's not even arguable.
I know, which is crazy.
That Texas is the motherfucking one that could be its own country is what really sets us apart. Like maybe not the South because Texas was always its own.
I know. I think that's what it is. They're like Texas always had our own swag. You know what I'm saying?
Do other states have to learn histories like that? I'm gonna have to ask them.
No, I asked Raven
Arkansas.
No, I've asked Raven.
Oh wow.
Yeah, they don't learn it.
Right. They don't know about the stars at night are big and bright.
All right, that's correct.
They didn't have athletics at her school. Torian. Oh look, Torian's from out of state.
Right, I'm like,
oh, hold on. Oh yeah, Torian. Where you from? Like, where you from?
Milwaukee, yeah.
Milwaukee. Wow.
Okay, so did you have to learn Wisconsin history?
No.
Is there Wisconsin?
Everyone got history, you know. It wasn't no specific like place.
That was in a class. Like I remember in 7th grade, we had to take Texas history.
Yeah.
History.
Yeah,
This is for all the. Hold on, let me say this.
I had to take Texas history again in college. Like
you did?
Please.
That shit different.
Yeah.
Let me say, hold on. This is for all my Texans. Hold on, you ready? This is for all my Texans that's gonna be listening back. Everybody finna clap. You ready? The stars at night are big and bright. Deep in the heart of Texas. There you go. So that's just some Texas shit, right? I remember it. I don't know if y'all did this. When I was in elementary, we did the Pledge of Allegiance and then we did the honor to the Texas flag.
Yeah.
No, and that's something other states don't have either. They don't have
That Texas shit is deep, bro.
Very interesting.
once I became of a certain age, I was like, why are we doing this? They started putting my hands behind my back, like, fuck
do that.
I'm doing this shit, bro.
Bro, we say the Pledge of Allegiance.
In high school.
Oh, wait, or did it?
Did it? I was probably always late to school.
Yeah.
No, but I was probably just late to school.
Hold on. What was I honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee. And what was else? And then
It's one nation.
individual or something like that.
yeah, there y'all go. There you go. Yeah, talk that shit.
Man, I stopped saying. I forgot what grade I stopped actually saying.
Once I had a classmate
I stopped putting my hand over my heart and I stopped saying it because I was like, dang, they really have us pledging allegiance to these flags. Like, we're pledging allegiance to flags.
Facts.
representing the country, but a flag.
Hold on, Mo. Hold on. You see my hat, Mo?
A flag.
You
like,
see it? God damn it! I'm a proud American, Mo.
pledge allegiance to the flag. I'm sorry, but like a material object, you want me to pledge allegiance?
Like I said, USA, USA.
I did not know.
I love that video though, where she's like, man, she's like, America is like this. She was like red, white, and blue, motherfuckers. She was like,
Hold on. Everybody
these
stop.
colors run deep, bitch.
Everybody stop. Hold on. On the bottom of the screen, it says, "Can Puerto Ricans say the N-word?" Let me bring on right now. Let me give him a good intro. It's my homeboy for now over a decade. He's from the state of New York. He's from the borough of the Bronx, home of the New York Yankees, and the home of hip hop, which is now black culture. Hip hop is black culture. He's from the Bronx, which birthed hip hop. It's JC in the building. Let's go, JC.
¿Qué lo que mi gente Puerto Rico en la casa, papi? Este es lo que hay. Boom!
What up, my dude?
What's going on? What's going on?
Okay, I need you to listen. Let me tell you this. I need you to be careful tonight with how you answer this question. Be careful.
Nah, let us know right now.
Can Puerto Ricans say the N-word?
Room full of niggas, JC.
Be careful.
Yes.
Let's go, JC. Talk that shit. No.
Listen. We say it, and I say this very respectfully. We say this in a manner of a cultural upbringing. You know what I'm saying?
Hold on. What do you mean cultural upbringing, like cultural appropriation?
So no, in a cultural upbringing. The way you're raised in a certain area is the way you use certain vocabulary, certain vernacular, so to speak. The way you move, the way you talk, the way you were raised in a certain area is how you're allowed to speak. Now, we know, granted, not in every area you're allowed to say certain things. For example, you can't talk down here in San Antonio the way you can talk in New York. You know what I'm saying? But Puerto Ricans from the South Bronx, matter of fact, Puerto Ricans, period. If you go to Puerto Rico, there's this little city called Canoa now. That city, even though it's daytime, it's nighttime. Because it's all full of black people. Okay? So I feel it's more of a culture thing than it is slander, derogatory terms, or anything of that sort.
Which I understand that perspective clearly, but it's just I feel like it's so hard to be sure of. So that's why I feel like that's why it's even a conversation. So ultimately, I feel like it's an easy no, just based on what's the point? Like, why is it so we have to say this for anybody? I don't understand the fight and why are we having to sit at the table about this? Because this is crazy. Like you're saying, because I don't understand that upbringing, like you're mentioning. That's a good question, because I don't understand how do you get to a point I have to fucking say this at the end of the day. Wait. This is an actual word that ultimately we're trying to this should be just aside from Puerto Ricans, I think ultimately this word should be just completely deleted ultimately, because it's disrespectful to some people.
No, and to say about upbringing, because I'm even thinking about my upbringing actually as a black person, having that talk that this is a derogatory word. And when people are calling you this word, it's not a good thing. So it's you could be seeing the culture in a way that, the culture is bitten off of and given to the wider scope. But I also understand, because I also mentioned that I know that Puerto Ricans' roots, that should be black people too. 100%. But I also said it depends how you riding for us too. I feel like it's white Puerto Ricans too that will be on that white shit, who will still look down on people of a darker complexion. And that shit is the reality of it. So I don't think people should pick and choose. It's either one. Is you with us or you not? So
So Chris Blake in here in the chat. Shout out to Chris Blake in the chat. Chris Blake said you can talk how you want everywhere when you real, my G. Okay, talk that talk, Chris Blake. Let me send you the link, Chris Blake. You gotta
like
send you the link.
See, because there's niggas like Chris Blake that be giving the okay.
Hey, easy now. That's my homeboy. That's my homeboy. That's my homeboy.
They don't care. They let that shit slide. But
he's part of the OG3.
It's not a pass from all.
He's part of the OG3, yo. He's part of the OG3. Easy, that's my homeboy. Nah, but anyways, and I want to say this, you know, you can always understand the intention of somebody when they're talking to you. You know what I'm saying? Piggybacking off of what Naomi said. you can the way they approach you and the way they're talking to you, you can understand the intention of how they're using their words. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta be easy. You gotta be careful on how you approach people, especially down south. Up there in New York, you can talk however, nobody's gonna get butt hurt. But unfortunately, here down south, everybody's in their feelings.
It's not about, unfortunately, here in the South. There wasn't slavery in the, like, this is insane, but it's about respect. Respect. So, like, ultimately, if somebody is telling you, like, hey, like, in, like, a conversation like this, so then, like, you're not Black, so let's not be disrespectful. So, to even be like, unfortunately, and, like, I'm, like, down here in the South, this is, like,
who's not Black?
You, hey, like, it's ultimately a word that is derogatory. So, to be having a conversation about, like, I can use it here, I can use it up here, with the people that's telling you it's derogatory, that's insane. It's absurd to me. It's like the weirdest like vibe, but it happens all the time in people's face. It's like, just stop. Let's take a step back and understand the fact that you have, what's the fucking purpose of you using this word? There's no purpose. Find another word. Let's expound our vocabularies today in this bitch, because there's no point, especially if you're gonna like potentially, right? Potentially in the South, make someone feel offended. Maybe not in the North, but potentially somewhere else you can make someone offended. Then let's potentially stay away from that. That's like the easy solution, not like fight for space to like live like that.
But that's exactly what I said at the beginning of my statement. Down south, you can't talk the way you talk up north, because over there in New York, nobody's gonna get offended.
Right, and I just
here down south.
Unfortunately, I addressed that. Unfortunately, like here in the South, people are gonna get butt hurt or in their feelings. Yeah. It's not about. It's about respect. People out here in the South, unfortunately, have gone through a whole different fucking experience. So it's not about butt hurt or in feelings. That's why I say it's about respect. And this is about people like you. You need to have fucking respect and understand that it's not about butt hurt and feelings. And you don't get it. So that's why for me, it's hard to even get into these conversations, because I think people should just stay away from them, because it is about respect. So at that point, now we're talking about respect.
But see, I think to like, okay, so to step in though, I think that the geography apparently makes the difference, right?
It does.
Because 100%. Like up north, the Black people, quote unquote, up north don't have a problem with it, apparently. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, and so let me ask you, Lionel. So if the Black people up north don't have a problem with it, right? I'm with you, because I told JC this yesterday. In the South, there's a different experience with that word, right? Like even me to Naomi's point, growing up as a kid in the South, I couldn't even, like, my parents, I couldn't even
say that word.
I don't say that word.
I couldn't even say it until like I was grown. I couldn't say that around my parents when I was young.
I think this conversation is interesting.
Yeah, so I couldn't say that until I got older.
Fight to be able to say this is interesting to me.
Yeah, I couldn't say that.
Question, short and plain. I think that it should be a simple amount. It should be a humane amount of respect. If somebody is saying anywhere in the world, hey, this means this to me and this may be offensive, then it should be respected amongst everybody. It don't matter who you are. Like, that should be respected. It should be heard. It shouldn't be a matter of like, okay, well, bitch.
But like, the thing I gotta bring up though is that, like, in New York specifically, man, that's a different, because that is the melting pot. We always say New York is the melting pot. Everybody's up there. And there is kind of a different set of rules and a different experience up there, right? So they grow up being able to exchange information in this way. You know what I'm saying? Like, they talk like this and no one says anything to them. So I'm not, I don't know if I can. And to Naomi's point, Puerto Ricans technically are of African descent, technically, right? Naomi made the point that there are some white Africans.
Not really, because it's their culture. It's an American thing, right?
No. Don't get into it.
Okay, go ahead, Jay.
It's coming from a Puerto Rican himself. We are mixed. We don't have an American culture, mommy. What we have is a mix of Indian, African American, and Spaniard culture. We made our own culture based on what we've learned from the African Americans, the native Indians that lived in Puerto Rico, and the Spaniard that came to conquer. Okay.
But wouldn't African American culture be considered American culture? Because that is an American.
But that's what I was.
Hold on, he's confused. Hold on. I think the word you're looking for is just
American. What I was saying, like, yeah, I think that.
You bitches didn't have the same experience over there. It was but maybe
no, but there was definitely an experience over there, but you know.
I think what JC is looking for is just the word African. Because they were
now, you know what we're learning now is like
I'm with you, Naomi.
Over here, even African. Like
no, I'm with you. Listen, hold on. Let me say this for the record, and I'm gonna let y'all run with it. I'm with you, Naomi. I believe Torian just left. Goddamn, Torian. But I believe that to JC, I think what JC wanted to say was they are a mix of Indian, Native American Indians, Africans, and something because like there were Africans that were dropped off there. And to Naomi's point, now black people here in America are saying, "Whoa, hold on, we've been here for 500 years. We don't really identify necessarily with Africa like that. Are we from? Did you know? Yeah, but what you're talking about though, JC, is not African American culture. You're talking about Africans that were because Africans are dropped off.
Like as we're connected in the Pan-African of where we are the true people. But sorry, Lionel. But what I was just thinking is that still in like Puerto Rican culture, right? Like the darker the skin, it's still like the harder off for the person, right? There is still like colorism that exists. Like so you could be at a better situation because you are a lighter skinned Puerto Rican, right? Like you're perceived differently as would be a darker skinned Puerto Rican that's looking like a black person that could like easily pass for a like one, you know.
So what do you tell a boy from the South Bronx that always got confused for a light-skinned black guy, a little Puerto Rican boy who got confused for different minorities and got stopped by police, got stopped by different law enforcement groups and all that stuff growing up? What do you tell that little boy?
Okay, but that's why I also gave the open because I understand that it's complicated because it is a mix for y'all. I definitely understand, and that's why I said if you're gonna be with us, just make sure that you're with us. Like on that. I can feel that if you are going through all those experiences, like because you're still being treated and perceived as a black person.
What I tell that little boy, because I think that's a great question. That's a really good, and I think what I would say is like moments like this happen. Like this isn't even by chance that this is coming up, and like you should hear. Like that potentially could be offensive to your friends that you're having that same experience with, and that could separate you guys from that moment. They could look at you differently forward. So especially if they're from the South, so it's important to potentially just not use that word, and like because that could be a very like it could just be taken somewhere. So I would just say be aware going forward if you use that word that it could absolutely have so many different effects because it ties to these people so deeply. So like I like literally am shaking like saying this because it's hard to find the words, but I would just say being like aware of that because it could be offensive to some. Where I'm fair to the fact that like that's your experience and like coming up it's just so like here or there. But then like once somebody says like once you would hear it, and that's like why technology is a thing. Like once you would ever hear that to anyone that could be offensive and like that should mean something. Like it's crazy. So I like step away from that conversation once it's like well but. Because at that point, then I don't necessarily even matter. And so why am I here? Like, why am I having this conversation? Because it doesn't matter. Like, you'll do what you'll like do. But in the point of the conversation, Like if it's offending anyone, that should matter, you know.
Yeah, listen, I don't want to, listen. Okay, we got Tatiana on. What's the name? God damn.
No, you all right.
Yeah.
It says, what does saying nigga have to do with culture though? That came from white folks, and we took it back. Power. You know what I'm saying? Listen, and then hold on. Tiara said, hold on, funny. Tiara was in here last night. She said, not this convo again. We did talk about this yesterday, Tiara. Shout out to Tiara. She was in here yesterday. She a OG. I think it's an interesting conversation though when we talking about because
I missed it.
Because I think that like there's a different experience. I think geography makes a difference in all of this.
Yeah, it plays a role.
No, but
it takes
like
understanding. Understanding is like what would be the connecting piece. Like you would have to be understanding to the other story.
But let me say this though,
it is
and let me say this because I don't necessarily, to defend JC a little bit, right? I've been with JC many places, right? And until he starts speaking Spanish, I've seen many black women just assume he was just a light-skinned black nigga. Like right now, his beard is shaved right now. But when he got his beard, I've seen a lot of sisters just think that he was just a light-skinned black nigga. And then this nigga say something in Spanish, and they be like, hold on, where you from? Right? So like I've seen like, you know what I mean? So like, and listen, the only reason I bring that up is because a lot of Puerto Ricans have at least one grandparent that's a dark-skinned African woman.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe that's what I would need. Like, let me see your grandparents, find them up. No, but what I was just thinking of was, Mo, I wonder what your experience is because you are a lighter skinned person, but you actually are half black. And so, like, you still are a black woman. Like, how many people feel comfortable, like, saying nigga around you, just thinking, like, maybe not even knowing that you are actually black?
Let's go, Mo.
Well,
what's up, Mo?
So,
like, do people say nigga around you?
Huh?
Do people say nigga around you, girls?
I'm not around many. I mean, I feel like there are definitely situations where I feel like if I have like Hispanic people that I'm around, that they feel a little bit more comfortable, just kind of like in that moment, because I can be perceived sometimes. People would just be like, oh, I just thought you were Mexican, type of thing. Like that definitely happens. And there's times where people be like, well, no, I know you're half some, half whatever. So like that comfort does happen. It's a little bit uncomfortable for me because it's like, why do you feel this comfort? I've definitely seen a lot of different sides of just how different, but I feel like there are definitely those that are like down for like, like really understanding versus those that are just like, they don't really care. And I'm going to say an example that I've talked about before, because it even comes back to just like relationship topic of like how I've talked about on the show before, like how, what did Courtney say? Courtney has said something, you put it up, but it's on my YouTube. It's not like showing his comment. I was going to piggyback off of his comment. It was something about Black people's fault or something like that. Now, okay, here we go. The whole conversation is Black people's fault. We always trying to be inclusive and share the culture with others. And I kind of felt that a little bit. Like, I definitely feel like there are those that are not on the same page. And that is what's detrimental to the community, I feel like, because as someone who is half Mexican, half Black, like I've definitely had Black men like talk to me about Black women or Black people about like just like downing them or like talking shit and things like that. Like it's okay simply because I'm not, I'm half and half or whatever. Or they may assume that I'm not Black. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, it's just insane that is the type of experience I've had with, Black people, especially Black men, unfortunately. Not to say that that's all the experience I've had, but I've definitely experienced that before. And then also on the other side, I also experienced that somewhat like, colorism, racism from Mexican side as well. Like I've had jobs where I worked with nothing but Mexican, Hispanic people, and they act a certain way or like will make certain remarks or certain little comments because I am still black. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like I'm on amongst a team of nothing but Hispanic people. I'm probably the only person that has any type of black associated with my, with me. So it's like, yes, I've definitely experienced it from both sides. So it's hard to say because like you have your bad pieces of both ends. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not really, you can't win. Like not everybody's on the same page ever. Like unfortunately that's just how it is. And it's like trying to get on the same page. I think that's where we're at. It's like everyone's just trying to make sure we're on the same page. But like it's just not going to happen because there are people who don't care. There are people who don't want to hear what you have to say. There are people who don't care about that type of shit. That person who came up to me and was talking to me about black women this and they're black women this and black women that. Like I spoke my feelings about it because first of all, you're not going to sit here and talk to me like that about black women. Like, come on now. But also like, let's really get into it. Like you were so comfortable with this. You were so comfortable with that. Like with just telling me this. Like I can't imagine what you do with other people and what people who are strangers. So like people who look at you and like even just like the white community that's looking at you as a black man saying these things about your black community. Like I'm sorry. I'm just kind of going on a rant at this point, but that's what I'm gonna just say. Is like it's just a lot of teeter-totter on each side. Like I mean, I've had mixed experiences on both ends. So yeah.
No, I think that like we needed to hear that though, Mo, because like that's the, I don't got that goddamn experience. I'm a dark-skinned black nigga. Trust me, I ain't never had that experience. My experience has been very one-sided. But I do understand that like there is some, that there can be some colorism. And maybe to Courtney's point, maybe this is all black people's fault because we allowed everybody under that tent of black. We just said, oh, if you got pigment like us, we just bring you in that tent. If you Dominican, if you Cuban, whatever, we just fuck it, you black.
Yeah, and I don't think there's necessarily anything wrong with that per se, because if you are, then like that's okay. But like whenever it comes to the levels of being black, like as a person of my, like let's say for my instance, my level, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm not necessarily all the way there, but I have a certain understanding at this point where it's like, okay, like there are certain shit that's just not gonna fly because I have an understanding with, that piece of me and that community. Like, and that's where it comes down to, like, to know that you have a certain type of privilege in a way. Like, I don't want to say I'm necessarily privileged, but maybe to the next person, like I kind of am, you know what I'm saying? So I have maybe more of a stance where I can be heard over you. And if I have that knowledge that it's like, this is what it is, I think that's what it comes down to, is having that knowledge of like understanding. Like if you have that power, like you need to use that power when it's necessary. And if you don't, then it's just kind of like, or again, if you're on the other side, like I said, for those who are just talking down, that's not helpful in any way, shape, or form. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I'm just saying, like, you have to be aware of, your place in society at the end of the day, because it's like, yeah, like, you may just have an advantage over something, and then that's your place, I guess, in a sense. I be feeling like it's kind of your place. It's like, all right, well, what am I going to do from here? I have decisions to make, and
I just want to like share like a super vulnerable like moment, because I was like having a hard time here and getting super emotional, and like I was like, let me step away for a second, collect my thoughts, and just like was gonna keep it pushing, act as if nothing happened. But then like I'm like, let me just be vulnerable. And it's just like it's I'm emotional based on the fact that like even prior to this, like I was thinking maybe I should throw a hat on because like my fro was looking away, and Naomi's like, no, just like wear your fro. And it's just like, but then like there's times where I'm like, there's like moments like now, like I'm like, wait, should I do like this because my nose is big as fuck? So I do like this. Like that's real. I was just having that shit. So like to be having a conversation where like, if this is even like, could we say this or should we? I just want people to understand like it's extremely offensive, and like maybe not to some people based on shit, but like to other people, that shit goes so much deeper. To like me, and like I'm sure there's people that could potentially feel like me. So it's important to be aware, like just as a human. Because there's been a lot of people that created that word and didn't give a fuck about how the person would feel when they were using it. And I don't give a fuck, bitch. For me, this word is this. Hi. And I say it because I want to. And so it's like, to like still be trying to do that and say, well, to me, like it's this. So I say it because how it's like, well, to someone that's a very, very offensive thing, and like that should be the bottom line. Because we're in 2022, going into 2023. And like I'm already trying to heal like on front of camera and like be a positive fucking person in terms of how I look. And like I know there's a lot of like other people who like may feel like me. That's why I even have a fro. Like rock this hoe proudly, and like it's intense. So like having these conversations aren't easy. I just want people to be aware, so you can at least have that perspective, because y'all are having this perspective that's so inconsiderate.
No, listen. Trust me. I listen.
And
I wanted JC to come on because I knew his perspective, and I wanted him to have that perspective with like with like this panel, because like listen, because I think that people need to understand that like there's levels of all of this, you know what I'm saying? And like I super appreciate Lionel for being vulnerable right there, right? And like sharing that with everybody, because listen, bro, man, listen, it can be difficult, right? Dealing with some of this and like looking a certain way, and like, you know what I'm saying? Like there still is colorism. There's colorism in like the Black community, the Puerto Rican community, in the Cuban community, the Haitian community. There's colorism. That's what Mo was speaking about. So like there's all of these things that go on. So there, you know, Tatiana brought up, should we just stop using the word in general? I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm too old. I can't stop using the word. I'm gonna stop. Listen, I wish I could.
I ain't got no self-control.
It's a part of the vocabulary. I can't stop using it.
It's like I ever tell people to be stop like using it. I just like I just think people should be aware of like what that word could like potentially mean to other people. Like that's all you should do is like bring awareness to people. You can't.
But I think what becomes confusing though, Lionel, is while I respect exactly what you're saying, there depending on where you might grow up or where you might live, there's another group of Black people over there that are perfectly fine with it.
Which I understand, they're like my cousins. Yeah.
Right.
And they're not as cerebral as I am. We're different. Like, and that's like you can't take away my experience like someone else's. And like that's the thing for like Black people, especially like people who are Black men and who are hypersensitive and hyper aware, and like you get overlooked because you should be like that. Like, most people like niggas. Most people just blah, blah, blah. Well, I'm not that, and like I don't feel like that, and I'm like literally sitting here telling people this, and like, but then people just say, "What about that though?" And so then I don't know what else to do besides, bring awareness to like the way that I fucking feel.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that perspective.
On that, a lot of times I do like even talking to my woman about. I was being vulnerable with her like before I even came and had this moment, and like she was just saying, "Okay, well, just remembering to give grace." And like people have different experience in that, and I just like I'm always aware of that, but I feel like that's my experience, like the Black person and the Black man experience. Like we have to be so, but no one ever can like understand like what this could like give grace to the fact that this might be something to a person. But I'm always giving grace to the fact that,
Well, here's what someone asked JC last night. JC can vouch for this. They said, JC, we're talking about this exact topic. They said, JC, if somebody came out and said, yo, we rounding up all the niggas, are you going to be in that number? Or are you going to say, well, hold on. Well, hold on. I'm Puerto Rican, right? You know what I'm saying? If they say, yo, we rounded up all the Black niggas. You know what I'm saying? Because like, there's a certain level of, as a Black person, I can't turn this off, right? Like you look at me, you hear me, I am what I am, right? I can't turn this shit off. And other people, unfortunately, sometimes can like decide when they want to jump in that circle and jump out, right? They can like, oh, let me do this because this is some Black shit. I'm gonna do this. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I don't feel like being Black today. Let me jump over here to this side now. Like me and you, Lionel, don't have that. We don't got that luxury. Our melanin doesn't allow us to have that luxury, right? So it just is what it is. I don't even know those Spanish words like that, right? So I can't even act like I'm Dominican, right? I'm just fucked. I'm fucked out here in the streets. So it is what it is. But talk to me, JC. So after hearing everything Lionel said right there, he being very vulnerable. Do you understand what he's saying right there? What's your thoughts, JC?
No, listen.
And be careful. Be careful.
Nah, we're being.
I'm fucking
right?
with you. Go ahead. I'm fucking with you. Go ahead.
No shit dash, right? We speak real. And I get it. I understand where he's coming from, especially being a young black man in, America today. I get it. I understand it. But you just gotta respect the culture that you're brought up in. You know what I'm saying? Like, and when I say people get butthurt.
Hold on. I think you gotta stop, JC.
Hold on. No.
Not like no laugh.
That was a laptop. Please.
Jay, you gotta stop. Wait, Jay. Hold on. Everybody stop. No. Everybody stop. I stopped JC yesterday because he kept saying culture, and I had to make him define culture. JC is talking about New York culture.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah, no. So let me finish. That's why I said you gotta respect.
But Jay, make sure when you're saying culture that you're saying New York, because everybody else, when you keep saying culture, they're talking about black culture, and that's not what you're saying.
No. This is what I said. This is what I said. Where you're brought up, the culture where you're brought up, is what I said. I didn't say specifically black. I said where you were brought up, the culture that you were brought up in. That should specify a whole lot. I'm being very direct there. I'm not being general. I'm not generalizing. I'm saying where you were brought up, the culture that you were brought up in. You know what I'm saying? You got to respect everybody's culture which they were brought up in, is what I'm saying. You know what I mean? I'm not saying specifically black culture or New York culture. I'm saying everybody's culture, the way they were brought up in, is what you have to respect.
That's like respecting white culture because they were brought up in lynching black people. Like, we're not respecting that culture if it's fucking oppressive to people. We're not fucking with it. And all Lionel said was respect it, and you came with and it's giving colonizer. I don't like it. So maybe the Spaniard is a little more. Who knows?
First off, when I say I don't know what you're talking about. But I said I respect what he said.
Like,
I understand what he's saying as a black man in America, a young black man in America. I understand what he's saying, and then I proceeded to say you have to respect people's culture in which they were brought up in. This is what I'm saying. And I get it that, you got the whites, the blacks, the yellows, the browns, everybody going against each other. Everybody's going against each other. It's inevitable. We're all going to go against each other because we don't like something of somebody else. It's in our human nature. You get what I'm saying?
No.
Now,
Wait. Hold on.
And aside from that, we're talking about the N-word. Like, I feel like this is too much. And this is not the fucking platform that I'm on. And so this has gone on for way too long. Ultimately, it's disrespectful, my friend. I'm trying to tell you that it's about respect. That you may be saying it here or there, and you may be saying it because like I grew up hearing this naturally. But I'm telling you, it's so much deeper than that to a mass of motherfucking people. And you're trying to be oblivious and just come from your perspective.
Okay,
but it's not.
Hold on.
It's hold on. Everybody wait. JC wait. Hold on. JC wait. Torian and lean back. He got his knees up in the air.
Loving it.
Hold on, everybody relax. I need everybody to relax. Just for a second. Hold on, everybody just relax.
This wasn't even on the thumbnail. How did we get here?
My Libra sister. Just everybody relax for a second. Everybody do me a favor. Even if you don't agree, just let him get his shit off for a second, uninterrupted.
Put the cups down.
Let him get it off, and then we can address it after. Let's just have an exchange of information. Let's let him get it off. Listen, Lionel, everybody calm down.
I just want
let him get it off, and then we'll come back, and then we'll talk about it. Let's everybody just like give him 2 minutes to get it off. Let's go, JC. Go.
That's interesting.
You're funny.
Let's go.
I get what you're saying, Lionel. It's an oppressive whatever to a whole massive a massive people, right? I get it, but you have to understand the way people are brought up in the Northeast Coast is not the same way that people are brought up in the South. I understand the South has gone through so many things in life. I get it. I get it. Puerto Ricans too have gone through slavery. Puerto Ricans too have gone through oppression. I get it. Trust me, I get it. Did you know that for almost 20 plus years, if you rep the flag of Puerto Rico, you were incarcerated. If you repped anything Puerto Rican, you were incarcerated because the Americans were having anything. This is why we're so prideful with the Puerto Rican flag. Because you would get incarcerated if you would rep this. So I understand the oppression part of it. I understand. But you also have to be open. And I'm not saying that it's, politically correct or it's correct at all. But unfortunately, the way that people are brought up in New York is very different from the way people are brought up down here. And the way that people talk in New York, the vocabulary that is used in New York is completely different from the vocabulary that's used down here. Okay, and I'm not saying that it's correct. What I am saying that is it's accepted. It is accepted in New York. It's because we don't take it as a derogatory, slanderish, or any type of demeaning way. You get what I'm saying? It's literally a way of saying my guy, my bro, my dude. It's literally that. It's not to be used, and we don't use it in that derogatory term.
Okay.
How many other black people are around, or is it just Puerto Ricans up in New York?
I grew up with nothing but black people.
Black men of actual African American descent, what will be called as such.
I grew up with nothing but black people, Nigerians, Africans, Dominicans.
But that's kind of all different things.
And then it's I'm so here for that because I understand people have that experience. Like Roy said, my cousins, there might be somebody down the street that might not feel as passionate. I'm totally aware of the fact that that word just doesn't carry the same way or people are using it in different ways now. But it's just a matter of once you have a conversation with a person and it's hey, this is what I you are having this moment for a reason. And once you can hear that hey, this is affecting somebody like this, what do you do? What do you do? I don't know. Oh, well,
JC says fucking.
Right, it's just kind of but then that's the experience of but that's why this conversation to me is always it's pointless for me because it just always is. It's always just repetitive disrespect to me. It's not about because I already know that this exists in the world. I don't need to be told this. I'm told this all the time in so many ways. So ultimately, this conversation is just very much traumatized, reintroducing a lot of trauma, and we try to stay away from that's what I was saying initially. Why do we have to come to the table to about this word? Because that's crazy. That's what that is for me. Cause over just means me being overlooked. That's what that always equals for me. So I just stay away from this conversation.
Can I bring something to the conversation right now? Mm-hmm. And y'all, anybody can jump in when they want to. Is hip hop to blame for this?
No.
Okay.
I would say no too. I would say no.
I would say yes.
Kind of, because that's what made because that started to be cool, right?
There you go. Pretty cool.
That's all I mean. Tell hoes it's not their fault that hoes is watching and
no, but it was definitely more of an organized thing. Of course, they took it once the niggas do it, they always take it, remix it, use it against us, right? That's all they need. They just need the niggas to come up with the original formula, and then they can remix that shit. Right. So that's all they did. They said, "Oh, this some fly shit we always do. Anything we do is motherfucking." They love it.
Yeah, and the thing is, right?
And boom, emulate it, and then people are saying this is the culture.
Do we think really that non-black people are in the privacy of their own home listening to rap songs, not saying the word nigga as they rapping along to the song? Do we think that?
Sure, they are. Totally are.
Right. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying is hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Because
yes.
But you can't like
JC. You need to, JC. Sit this one out, JC.
The word was taken. It was used against a black person in a derogatory way. The black person that is used against says, "Hey, bitch, doesn't mean much to me. I'm gonna use it like this." Instead, creates an entire genre of music. Somebody else sees that and says, "I want to use that word as well." So I'm gonna go through life saying this now because I relate to this experience. So let me say that too. And then once it ever comes up, they're like, "Hey, you probably shouldn't be saying that." Then it's a matter of, no, but I relate. I get the experience. And that's the same fucking song. It's so old. It's not a matter of a hip hop artist. This has been turned to our power. Like, it's not a matter of can this be used or not by a black person. That's crazy.
Yes, I'm gonna screenshot that shit. Let me see.
Like, obviously, otherwise this word would be so much more powerful, so racist had someone ever not turned this word into like black power.
But I'm just saying though, like, okay, so for example, Lionel, let's say you like Rich Homie Quan, right? Like that's your favorite rapper is Rich Homie Quan, right? And you mess with Rich Homie the long way, and then he come out with a song called "My Nigga, My Nigga." What you gonna do, bro? You not gonna say that? So what you gonna do now? That's a song Rich Homie Quan came out with, not, you know what I'm saying? Like,
what's the clean version? My trick,
my hitter.
With the words, I'm not gonna listen to the song. Actually, I'm not
just saying, like, I'm just introducing that to the conversation. Is hip hop playing a little role in this? That the song is "My Nigga, My Nigga." You know, so if you listening to that shit on iTunes,
so catchy.
My nigga, my nigga.
I'm gonna say it.
I'm a ride. Cause look.
Okay, but no, that's your perspective. At no point did JC say like the music. Like he said his experience.
You right.
So like, don't make that's not.
You're right, Lionel.
Taken away from the art of black artists is pointless to do. That's and this entire conversation is a lot for me tonight. I will be truly honest, and I wasn't prepared for this. Like I'm having shrooms, and I'm supposed to be having a great vibe, and like this is fucked up. Y'all are fucked up for this, and I'm gonna need to check tonight. Okay.
That's why you so emotional.
Oh shit. Okay, let's go here. Okay, let's stop. Lionel's on a shroom tonight. Let's stop.
Yeah,
We're triggering Lionel. Hold on. Let's stop. First of all, let me say this. If you just joined the show, hit the thumbs up button. If you're not thumbs up, hit the subscribe button. If you're not subscribed, we do definitely appreciate it. Also, hit us up in the podcast section of iTunes. No, he left. I was finna let him get his shit off some more. He left.
He said bye.
Oh, did he? Okay, I didn't see it.
I'm out.
Okay.
I think I'm about to let you guys.
Okay, he's going now. Okay. I thought we were having a listen. I ain't gonna stunt, Lionel. You might not appreciate it right now because you off the shroom. I appreciated that conversation. That was an important conversation, in my opinion, because that talked about some differencing of opinions, and people just see stuff differently. And as black people, sometimes we got to understand that, especially black people down here in the South, that man, people have different experiences. In the South down here, we don't deal necessarily with Puerto Ricans. We deal with Mexicans most of the time. And make no mistake, niggas be quick to say, if a Mexican say nigga, niggas will jump on their ass. Like, hold on, nigga.
No, facts though. They white.
But Puerto Ricans are a little bit different because we all know there's an African mix in Puerto Ricans. And Fat Joe always points that out. So I wanted to have that conversation. Shout out to JC. I appreciate him for jumping on and having that convo. Let me say this. Okay, just getting back to, damn, it's hard to transition now.
No, for real. That's the end of the show, y'all. We'll see y'all next week. We're sorry we just, trauma dumped over here.
I know that's a hard ass Okay, I got one more scenario for y'all. Let's get 10 more minutes. 10 more minutes. Okay.
Ruined it, Roy.
I know. Can I just give y'all a scenario? Can I just give you a scenario right now, right?
I'm like the pastor at church that just
I know
10 more minutes gonna take 40. Like, yo, we trying to
you know what? You're probably right, Mo. Let's get the fuck up out of here for the night. Niggas been wild out. You know what? You right.
No, 5 more minutes. 5 more minutes.
5 more minutes, right?
I'm just saying tonight, Roy.
Lionel is going off. He's been triggered tonight. Chris Blake is in the chat. JC was talking his New York, Puerto Rican shit. Look at Naomi. Naomi's still going on.
Right, I need you to unmute the mic. I need to hear the conversation that's being said.
I want to know.
Trying to hear. I'm trying to talk my nigga off the ledge. Okay. Nah, I'm playing. We
Come on back, man. Come on back,
What's
Lionel.
happening? Let us know.
No.
Come on back, Lionel. Let's talk. Come on, Lionel. Come on back.
I don't say no. He's rolling up. Y'all doing a little bit too much, but y'all got names.
No, we need to come on back. Listen, Tatiana said she was drinking
unpack
too.
what just happened. Let's unpack what happened and let's
Let's go more into it. Look, 444. That's the angel number right now in the live. Angels surrounding. Let us know, live.
Courtney Jackson said it's a hard stance to claim hip hop is just for black people when it's distributed to the entire world. We've jumped the shark on it just being for us.
It's not just black people, but it has to be at least on the
Everybody messes with hip hop. What up, Jasmine? Jasmine,
Hey, girl. But like,
Jasmine, you missed all the bullshit.
original people, like, of course, everything is gonna drizzle and drip off of what we already did, like.
But how does that correlate?
As it is.
Like, when there's an actual-
What the hell are you drinking right now, Torian?
a little bit of Truly's mixed with some San Pellegrino.
Oh shit! Okay, okay, that's how you feel tonight.
Yeah,
you turned up.
Okay,
crew over
talk
here.
that talk. You dig? Talk that talk. You dig? Okay, man. Listen, I didn't know we were gonna get this deep into the race shit, but we here now.
Because what I was wondering if we was gonna talk about the rap girlies.
About
Right,
what?
We need to get into that. The rap girls.
Okay, let's go, Torian. Talk that talk. Let's go. Talk about it. You the social media manager. Let's go.
We might need to get off because Nikki finna get on her little clean radio in a little bit, so I'm gonna have to tune into that. See what's going on.
Shit.
Wow.
Look, that's live.
No, because that was the latest tea I've heard. Because all the girls been going for Cardi.
Out of here.
I think if anything, I'm Barty gang. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know.
Wow, I'm out.
It's something about it's something about those Libras. I don't know. Okay.
No.
You talking about versus JT? Or
No, I don't throw me out, y'all. I gotta go.
It's just going on. Like it stemmed from. Okay, so right now what's happening is after Nikki did the whole freaky, super freaky girl remix, the Queen mix.
I heard the remix, but I love the Roman mix.
Yeah, so it's with JT, Akbar V.
Oh wow! Oh wow!
Katie got bands. She's from Chicago. If y'all don't know,
no, nobody.
Be the girl in the You done seen Katie got bands in that little GIF, how you pronounce it, when she got the gun and she like, because everybody used to use that motherfucker.
No, you're not talking about the one I'm thinking about.
She's a little light skinned girl.
Like my name Robin D. Bang. Like,
yeah, they be like, that's her. That's Katie got bands from Chicago. And who else? Oh, JT. I don't know if I said JT.
Yeah, you did say JT. That's funny as fuck because
B was last girl.
All the girls off the song for her.
Huh?
Now I seen that they said that Nikki sent all the girls off the remix to Cardi.
No, well, that's their own speculation, but it seemed like
that is speculation.
Beefing with the girls who's on the song. So first it was Akbar, who then they got to a Twitter beef, and then Akbar made a diss song. Then that was last week, and then this week, JT got into it with Cardi on Twitter again, and then just 2 days ago, Malibu Mitch got into it with Cardi, and they tried to pull up. Cardi B had posted her location, and then Malibu Mitch posted her location that she was at the same location where Cardi was at, but then it was like Cardi had left. And it's just a whole bunch of mess. It's a whole bunch of stuff that don't make sense. And
interesting.
I don't know. I feel like at this point, we got to be honest, and we know that women just battle with each other more often than men, and so that's why everybody keeps saying like, why these girls keep? I mean, like,
more often than men because these rappers are dying. Okay.
Yeah, and like I mean,
so maybe the bitches are fighting, the niggas are shooting. Like, save us! Like, what is going on? This.
And I was just like, why? I was like, it's never that serious for these girls to be trying to pull up on each other and fight. Like, I'm like, what is the whole?
No,
like
you're doing everything you said in that song. She said, "I know that I'm rich. I can't help it, bitch. I'm hood as fuck." Like, bitch, if you don't go home, why are you trying to fight bitches in the street? You just got out of court last week.
Like, go home to your children, girl.
Yeah, no, that's what it is.
Hey, your husband, like, you out here trying to fight bitches. Sit down.
You got kids. Like, that's already some shit. Like, by the time you got 2 kids, you can't just be fighting it. Like, bitch, you go to jail. Like, you got to think about your kids at this point. Like,
exactly. But I don't know. People try to put it on Nicki, but I don't. Nicki not doing this. Like, I feel like this whole beef started between Atlanta Records, and that's who started this. Atlanta Records started this, whether people want to be honest or not, because Atlanta had been known to be trying to sign female artists and offer female artists money to make a diss song against Nicki. It's been countless female rappers who came out and said, yeah, Atlanta wanted to sign me, but my stipulation was I had to make a diss song against Nicki.
Oh,
I was just gonna do that. And I feel like Cardi was the first one to do that. Like, she started making the jabs at Nicki in the songs. Or I mean, it was
hold on.
It was the writers who was doing this.
Are you telling us? Are you a barb, Torian? Talk to me.
I am most definitely a barb. But I'm a conscious barb. I'm not a just go off the thing. I do my own thinking. I do my own critical thinking. I could see how people feel like Nicki is problematic, but at the end of the day, I don't feel like Nicki is doing it because everybody try to say Nicki, oh, like she jealous. Like, most of these rap artists are older men, like, and y'all love them, like Jay-Z, like Lil Wayne. These are older men who people still love, and they not saying the same thing about these men as they saying it with Nicki when they beef with somebody, you know. It's always that Nicki is bitter, but Nicki was not bitter. She congratulated Cardi when she had got that #1 record. You know, like, it was people forget it was Atlantic who started that whole beef, because the beef really started between Nicki and Cardi on that Motorsport song.
Motorsport. Put the things
when Cardi, because I felt at the bar, but when Nicki said like Quavo the QB and I'm Nick Labardi, or whoever the coach was or something. Originally, that bar was her saying Cardi name, but Atlantic didn't want her to say that, and so they was like, "We're not gonna do the song if you don't change that part." So that's what the whole beef started. Because at first the beef was with Nicki and Quavo over that, but then they made up. But then that's what started that whole rift between Cardi and Nicki.
Hold on, ain't it enough money for all of them to eat though?
No,
there's also the fans who make the beefs. The fans who making these beefs happen.
Okay.
Fan bases be making these beefs. They be posting stuff, arguing with people, getting into these girls' heads, and now these girls feel like they gotta defend themselves for like, I write my shit, so like pick up. It just goes to that.
I'm like,
that is true though. If you're not writing your shit, you know,
all I care about as somebody who like Cardi. I'm like, just stop fighting and go to the studio.
I mean, you know, it gets to that point, you know.
No, and I love Cardi because I used to watch Cardi on Love and
I'm gonna go.
And I was like rooting for her. I did fall out of Lil Love when it was the whole she don't write her stuff, because it's kind of known that she didn't write Bodak Yellow.
Right.
And I mean, she even kind of like just admitted it again when she was arguing with JT, because she was like, P tried to send me your writer, And it was like, what? Like, did you just admit that you got like a ghostwriter? But at the end of the day, like, I just want both of them to get it together. And it's just, they just being petty. They really giving like best friends who done got into it and don't know how to like get back into the groove of being a friend. Because I feel like both of them are being very petty. Like everybody keeps saying it's like Nicki who's a common denominator. Like Cardi's a common denominator too. Like, because some of these times, like she is the one who's initiating like this little beef. I will say the one with Malibu Mitch, Cardi didn't initiate that one. But I feel like she initiated with JC because she started to tweet about like lapdog.
Okay, but so this is what I was wondering when you were talking about like the record companies. I was wondering just like who is who was Migos signed to?
They signed a QC.
Now that Offset, you said who?
QC.
QC, and that's an independent label or what? Or is that still under umbrella of some shit?
It's gotta be under something.
Yeah, like
probably like its own label, but like distributed through somebody else.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to look at my shit.
But I don't know, but Cardi is signed through Atlantic though.
Okay.
Yeah, listen, but okay. To Tiara's point, like I'm just confused, right? If it's that much beef, like I feel like everybody needs to start being direct, right? Because I saw a lot of like subtweeting. I saw a lot of like mentioning stuff, and people knew who it was, but they weren't really saying it. It's like if it's up like that, just go ahead and say it. Let's get the rap beef going, and let's sell these records. Because, okay, y'all tell me. I don't know who actually writes they shit and who doesn't. I don't know.
I mean, you'll never know, but I mean, Nick. I mean, it's Nicki definitely write her own stuff. A lot of these female rappers are kind of like writing their stuff, but you get a few who don't write.
Who was Saucy Santana writing for?
Probably Carisha, because JT known to write her own stuff, but it is known that Carisha was getting help because Yachty wrote her verse on.
JT was the main talent, but her ass just got locked up.
She was behind the wall.
Sometimes you just have to zoom out of the conversation. Like if we're talking about rap and like a person doesn't write their raps, at that point maybe it's industry plan. Like how would you be a rapper not writing your own raps?
Okay, let me ask you this question, though, Lionel, because you're a Kanye fan. Kanye apparently used to write his raps, and now maybe not so much.
I'm not a fan of Kanye. So like he's not a rapper. He's a phenomenal artist. He like can produce. He can rap. He can do that. I understand. Like he does the entire track. Yeah, he can do he might do my shoe. He might do my shirt. He might rap. He might I'm not thinking he's a rapper. But like you're like in that lane of being a rapper, then like you have to really just take a step. Okay, you don't write. Okay, I can respect like your song like as a pop artist maybe. But then like because we're talking about rap here. That's why I was just like
so rap has to be written. That's the line.
Absolutely. You gotta rap. You have to be able to spit. But I was talking to Tamara about this earlier. I think people from New York have an advantage because I was listening to someone talk on YouTube and they were from New York and like they just kind of spit their shit when they talk anyway. Like they naturally he was just spitting his shit but it was reminding me of how cool rap is because when you add rhyme to that flow and like you can do that and have swag, that's a thing and that's an art. Like we can't just take away from that and say like, oh well, I mean somebody made it for me, I made it sound good. Like no, not gonna trick me. No.
I want to answer Jasmine. What are they really mad about? I don't know, Jasmine. I really don't know. Because before they were saying like Nicki had said something about Cardi's child, but then Cardi, not so recently, but she had went on to somewhere and say like that wasn't true. Like she liked the tweet about that wasn't true, that Nicki never said nothing about her child. That wasn't what they was finna fight about at the gala. So I don't know, but at that point, I thought they were
like a big ass knot at the gala, like Cardi B. Yeah,
well, they came to like pause, right?
Yeah,
such like cat, like it was like a cat fight. But like that's, I had made a tweet on Twitter. I'm like, what's going on with these rap girls? Is what happens when like 4 or more girls get around each other. Like it just always comes into some drama. I don't know like why. Like it could be so problematic with some women. And like it's like they cannot share the space of just being rappers. So it's just like
right.
Or people allow them to.
It really doesn't have to be any issues, but there's an issue, so it's an issue. So like, fucking girl.
Yeah, like that's always been like the stereotype, right? Is that like women can be petty. Okay, so yeah, Cardi just whining because she thought City Girls was loyal to her for JT to work with Nikki after JT showed love to her. Miami worked with Cardi. Listen,
No, that's definitely why Cardi started that thing with her.
Okay.
Because at first, City Girls was Team Cardi. They had went on to Breakfast Club and said that. And now it's like, now y'all working. It's like all this like loyalty. People feel like
JT was just on the news song with Nikki. Damn, so maybe it was Cardi going for all the girls on the song.
No, that's what started the tweet, the mess between Malibu and Cardi, because a fan tweeted, like, I heard that Cardi going after all the girls.
Or is it
on the remix, so you better saddle up. And the girl was like, saddle up. I'm a gangster. Like, like that's how the feds started this mess. And then instead of thinking like they be taking it to heart, I feel like Cardi took that to heart. And then Malibu took it to heart. And they start the subtweeting. Like,
it's so much emotions. I'm going so many.
It's crazy, right?
It'd be problematic. Like
so much all of them, and then the whole thing with Cardi. So when JT and Cardi was beefing, Nikki went on to her shit and changed her Ivy, her icon, to JT. Then that's how you know these girls be looking at each other's stuff, because like then Cardi changed her Ivy on Twitter to a picture of Remy Ma, and it's just like. And then Nikki changed hers back.
Hold on, whoa! What Remy got to do with this?
That's
shit?
What people were saying. Like people saying like Remy, like how did I get into this? Like I've been chilling.
Okay, I'm like, what the fuck did Remy do?
Well, Cardi was posting that because like the beef that Nikki had with.
Oh yeah. She dissed Remy. That's facts. And no, Remy dissed her. Yeah, Remy Sheether. Shout out to Sheether.
Yeah. It was a good one. That was a good time for me. I love Nikki. I was wanting Nikki to come back, and Nikki did come back behind the diss track.
Yeah,
she came back in like a hit song, and it's even a video. Like I was just cracking the fuck up about that when Nikki performed her like little diss bop about Remy, and she had performed it at like the show, and Remy was there. And like she just performed her ass off with that song. She's like, "What kind of mother leave her stuff off her rack?" Like you doing it in the audience. The girl in the audience, like you gotta respect her for that. Like,
but you know what's crazy though? Right now is that I know more current women rappers than I know male rappers right now. Like women,
Nikki opened the door for this.
Like okay, that okay. I'm not hating on that,
but like yeah.
And I people say like,
how open was Nikki to Cardi in the beginning?
Yeah, let me ask you this though.
Nikki to Cardi in the beginning.
But let me ask you this though, Torian. Just because you open the door, do I gotta kiss your ass now?
No, and that's why I feel like, and that's what I will admit that I feel like Nikki is wrong, because I feel like that's what she want, and I feel like she didn't get that. I mean, because people always say like she didn't show no love to Lil Kim, like she did, because that's only people. Yeah, hold on to.
But Kim dissed too, though. Kim came out with a Kim called Kim dissed too. But
yeah, I mean, like, and that's why I feel like Nikki comes at the odds, because it's like, well, when she was coming to the game, like nobody was showing her love, but then everybody expect Nikki to show all these new rap girls love.
Nikki kind of did. She literally did the exact same photo that was like an iconic Little Kim photo, like the whole with like the big pussy showing. You know what I'm talking about?
People take that as copying, but that could have been easily been seen as paying homage.
Stop that, Torian. Stop that. In hip hop,
for sure.
In hip hop,
why in those early days? That was so early, Nikki. That was
hold on. Like, y'all know this. In hip hop, there's a fine line between paying homage and dissing. It's a fine line. Between, are you paying homage or are you trying to say like you replacing me, you dissing?
It's no, that was a paying homage moment.
Maybe, I don't know.
Some say it's biting, but I think it's enlightening.
I mean, both of them had some big ass vaginas showing.
Right.
I was like, God damn, it ain't like that fat. But go ahead.
Got much to go.
What?
What? No. Okay. See you later.
Why?
Mo said I'm sleepy.
have no choice.
Like for real, I'm tired, yo. I gotta go. So.
All right, Mo up out of his. Goddamn, Mo. You brought down the whole. You brought down the vibe, Mo. Get the hell out. Leave, Mo. Get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Hold on. Let me change the view. Let's get ready to wind this down. Let me change the view. Okay. Boom. Let's get ready to wind this down.
I feel like the only way this beef is go in between them is Beyonce get these girls into the room.
Beyonce, what the
Renaissance album?
She doesn't.
What does Beyonce have to do with any of this?
Because everybody respect Beyonce.
She probably in somebody's business. It's probably her orchestrating. On both sides. They don't.
Right, she like shit. They finna
like
what the hell?
Because I mean, women are dominating the game now. Like how that one dude said, Shiggy has said, like, men, where y'all at? Like, I'm over here singing Glorilla's song, "Fuck Nigga Free." Where's our anthem at? Where's our summer bop? Like y'all slacking. Like these girls is eating us up right now. And it's the fact. You got all these female rappers killing the game right now, and you
make no mistake. That Munch shit is popping right now. Who sings that? What's the chick name? What's her name? Ice Spice. Yeah, she looks dirty for some reason to me. I don't know why. Shout out to her. But she just looked like she needed to take a bath. I'm not.
They were comparing her to the sisters on Ed, and Eddie. What was her name?
Oh damn! I don't remember.
She looks like she need to bathe. I don't know. I don't know. She got to. Where's she from? What state is she from?
New York.
Oh shit.
I think she's from the Bronx too. Honestly.
Oh shit. Is she black? We don't know what she even is. What is she?
Now look, Puerto Rican claiming.
All right, let's get the fuck up out of here for the night, man. We done for the night. Puerto Ricans have fucked up our whole show tonight. No, man, listen, let me say this. We had a really good time tonight, man. Shout out to JC for coming through, man. He like brought a perspective. Shout out to Lionel for like being vulnerable and being like able to like say like what it is, because man, listen, when you start talking about that N-word, there's a history behind that. And not everybody knows that, and it affects everybody differently. So we had a great conversation about that tonight that like I didn't know was gonna happen. It was impromptu, but like I respect it. It's Libra season, so shout out to my sister Naomi. You dig what I'm saying? We're gonna keep celebrating her.
Yes, let's balance it. We're seeing all types of views because we all have different experiences and we're having these conversations, and hopefully we can take them internally and grow forward, whether disagreements were had, you know.
That's a fact, man. I think that everybody should like internalize that and just try to see the other side. Like even if you don't agree with the other side, just try to look at the other side and like give it a genuine look. Even if you don't agree with it, just like look. Even if you still disagree, just say like, you know what, I disagree, but I can see where they're coming from, right? Sometimes that helps. These women in hip hop, I don't know what to do with y'all. Jesus Christ. It's a lot right now. It's a lot. We didn't even get to the Saucy Santana with the whole no voting, no fucking. We didn't even get to that.
Damn.
Y'all didn't see that song?
I'm like, what's T is he can't trust this music. Okay.
Oh my God. He
like the music is just so infiltrated.
It's a song right now with Saucy Santana and Trina. It's a pro voting song, and it's about like if you don't vote, then we're not gonna give you this box. Oh, it's a lot going on. We'll get to that next week.
When they did Backs That Ass Up.
It's right in line with Vax That Ass Up. That's
what it's giving. So I'm like, and that's why I'm not. Because I'm like, bitch.
No. Oh, it's a lot. If that's the way that
And they want us to sign our rights away so bad. They want you to register.
We gotta have a conversation about hip hop though, because apparently everybody feels good with like communicating through hip hop. But listen, we'll get up out of here for the night. We'll get up out of here. Thumbs up, comment, subscribe. We do appreciate it, man. This is No Strings Attached. Let y'all know, man. I got a really big team. You did what I'm saying, and we need some really big rings. And they need some really nice things. Better be coming with no strings. Let's get up out of here, man. We out here for the night, man. Y'all make sure y'all tap in with us. Peace. We out of here.
Peace.